this is the first meeting that we are having. So it all started when um, I'm interested in hypersonics, and I learn about and work with gas dynamics, and Sayam texted me through LinkedIn why don't we have a group where we discuss these things, and that is how it all started. So we now have a WhatsApp group initially, so mostly we'll be moving on to a different platform, like depending on how we agree about the group dynamics here. So we'll start with a very simple agenda today since it's the first meeting. I want everybody to briefly introduce yourself because I I know most of you here, but some people might not know. So just briefly introduce yourself, and also say what do you expect from the group. Uh, let's start with somebody. So I'll tell my about myself. So I'm Ramakrishnan, and from the Aero department in IIT Kharagpur. And the brief background is like I'm very interested in hypersonics and gas dynamics, mostly rarefied gas dynamics, and I love photography and music. So that is mainly what I do. And from the group, I expect is it should serve as a platform where like-minded individuals like us who are interested in like not hypersonics but in shockwaves and supersonic things, and we can discuss on topics and ponder on questions, and probably we can get something useful out of it. So that is what I expect. And so next, someone. Should I call us names? This is not. This should not look like a class. Uh,
I think you can call out names. That will be more organized, I guess.
all right. So,
So
um,
I'll go next then.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm like Ramakrishnan. I'm from the same department. My name is Akashdeep, and I'm from the same department, same college, Aero department, and IIT Kharagpur. And I'm also quite interested in hypersonics. I just developed this interest recently. All credits to Ramakrishnan, you can say. But other than this, hypersonics and aerodynamics in general, I'm also interested in control systems, which is another big subsystem in aerospace industry, you can say. And other than this, I'm into sports and just chilling out in random stuff. And I expect from this group to, like Ramakrishnan said, discuss about as much as in as much as depth about this shockwaves and supersonic stuff, since this is starting to interest me from like recently. And also, like, I think that we can, if possible in future, we can extend this to a good project, like apply our discussions to a good cause, and get something out of it. So yeah, that is all from my side.
And Sai,
Okay, maybe I will say, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Hi, so I'm Shayan Biswas and I'm a junior undergraduate in mechanical engineering at IIT Gandhinagar. So, um, so, so for my interests, I'm basically interested in energy systems, and I was firstly in like from very like small age I was interested into rockets and planes. So that's where it started. So and then slowly I explored getting hands on books like rocket propulsion elements and other books like famous books like ignition and other things like fuels and oxidizers. So that's how like I developed an interest over time regarding energy and propulsion systems. So as of now, I think I don't have much hands-on experience on these things rather than some like campus-based projects or project courses with professors. So that should be a good background. And my expectations would be like Akashdeep said, that I think we should work towards creating some work that should be publishable. Like it should be useful for others. Like maybe it should like our work should help someone else's research. Like people can cite us or something like that. So that's like maybe a far-fetched goal because I'm still an undergraduate. But yeah, so yeah, like someone else can do that.
um, Meet,
Yeah,
Meet,
maybe.
can you?
Hey, hello. Okay, so my name is Meet and I'm from the same college as Shayan, IIT Gandhinagar, and from Chemical Engineering Department. I am also interested in energy systems and propulsion like Shayan, but unlike Shayan, I don't want to I don't expect that we would publish paper from here, but I expect that we should have some hands-on knowledge from whatever we do and just learn more about this. Thank
Interesting. Um, Next, William.
Yeah, so hi, I'm William and I'm Ramakrishnan and Akash Deep's batchmate. I'm in the Department of Aerospace Engineering at IIT Kharagpur, and I used to have a very broad interest in space flight, in aviation especially, space exploration, those kind of things, and that ended up boiling down to controls and propulsion when I first set foot in the department. Um, I think that evolved eventually because I got sidetracked and I was only focusing on controls and not much propulsion yet. But I hope to learn something about high-speed propulsion because I've been interested in scramjets for a long time, despite not knowing too much about them. Um, and yeah, I guess I'm interested in the research component, but I'm more into making products. So I hope we can build something eventually, maybe, or at least create things that are helpful in building something. And yes, I would also like I like spreading knowledge. So I think publications, articles are something that we can focus on as a group. So yeah.
Alright. And Sindhu.
Yeah, hello. I am Jeripotla Sindhu, and I am also undergraduate student at IIT Kharagpur Aerospace Department. And I am little bit like fascinated towards aerospace from my childhood and developed interest towards propulsions. Don't know why, but fascinated towards especially hypersonic propulsion systems. So recently started studying on those and got very interested into it. So I expect that this group will build my interest in very positive way, and it like we can explore together and share ideas, just like developing together to build a strong fundamental as well as maybe some productivity or like projects like others said, like bring out something, a productive thing in future.
Right. Yeah. There was one more guy who joined and he left suddenly. I don't know why. So, so that was a good introduction. And from all of you, I get to understand that we are looking something out of the group, and most of us are new to shockwaves and high speed stuff. So um, and before we get on with the other agenda, so I'll briefly talk about what's so special about shockwaves. So what I feel special about shockwaves. So um, what I feel is like, we can observe shockwaves from in almost everything, right? Right from the Big Bang and from birth and death of stars and planets and galaxies. Like there are a lot of shockwaves there, and even those are very big things, and even very micro things. We can use shockwaves for drug delivery. We have shockwaves in blood streams. Uh, even some finance experts also call like sudden rises or spikes in shockwaves, and obviously like supersonic travel is going to be the next big thing, and so obviously people we have to deal with shockwaves, and hypersonic defense technology is also booming up in many countries, and countries are investing in hypersonics. It is still not into the civil sector, but still probably in far future after supersonic becomes the convention, hypersonics might start. But still, it is a very interesting film. There are lot more applications for shockwaves, and people are still exploring. It is a um, very beautiful discontinuity that nature gives us to observe. So, if you have some experiences or some good phenomenon on shockwaves, you can just share it so that we get more excited about it. That's all. Somebody has something to say. let's have this more interactive, not very formal. If you have something to say, like something special about Shockwave that you feel, some unique thing that you know about Shockwave.
I think something that appeals to me
Uh,
um, is the fact that any vehicle that crosses the Earth's atmosphere and has to leave it inevitably must
like,
undergo this phenomenon. So and encounter a whole range of Mach numbers,
right.
starting from very high Mach numbers, and then even like it also needs to do subsonic flight. So I think um, the design aspects of that um, fascinate me to a certain extent.
Inevitable part of the space flight.
Yes.
That's interesting. Anybody else? Or okay, I will then we can move on. So that is why that is the main reason. Like I wanted to discuss more and explore more on Shockwave, and so we developed it too. And pardon if my English is fine. I'm not very good with English. So and this is the kind of group dynamics that I was expecting. So the main motive is to bring along like-minded people and have discussions on topics in short sessions. Topics topics will range from a lot. There are a lot of topics that we can cover. So we'll go to that. But these are the following methods that I thought would be good. So first is it will be similar to that of a forum where we will have question and answers discussion. So some interesting question or some phenomenon or some particular topic somebody brings up, we'll have discussion. We might have sessions or meetings on that and etc. Second is like, same thing, and we can also have some theoretical sessions uh, by topic experts. Like we can call in some professors or some doctoral students or some tech students or even undergraduates who are good in the topic to have sessions. If somebody needs help with a particular topic, we can have discussions on that and get better clarity. So um, and this is the fourth point is something that I thought would make it more interesting. So we'll have a weekly contest, um, winning which will get badges and random. So what I thought was once we are set with the first meeting, we'll expand this group. Like we'll share it more platforms so that more people and more professionals can also join. So I've not shared it yet with many platforms except some uh, college groups. So more interested people join, we can try to have this contest going on. So I'll talk more about the contest in more upcoming slides. So and also like if you want to discuss something or if you want to present something or some idea or some question, you can call up for a presentation at any point of time, and we can fix a time and we can have the presentation. So and the rest is at this stage, this is all like I could think of. If you have anything to say on these points, like I'll go through each of them, most of them in detail, and just stop me if you feel something is not right or you want to add something. So topics of discussion that we can have are like they are very diverse. So some supersonic, hypersonic, rocket propulsion, even experimental setups to simulate and test the high speed flows and short waves. Magnetohydrodynamics, that is dealing with plasma flow instability, drug delivery, interstellar gas, and there are a lot of things that are yet to be discovered. So these are the kind of topics we can have discussions on, and this is probably WhatsApp is not a very good place to keep trace of messages, and like when we answer something or when we ask a question, it's very difficult to trace out a message. So probably we have to go with one of these platforms to keep track of our messages and have a meaningful and discussion. So I want everybody to say what is your choice. So my choice is preferably Discord. And this thing is Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow has something called Stack Overflow for Teams.
Right, right.
So that is also forum kind of platform where like up to 50 members, it's free of cost, and um, it also works on the thread kind of thing, and it's more complicated. Like you know how Stack Overflow works, like most of it is confused. So all make the same way. So I would go with Discord because it's popular and easy to use, and I want everyone's opinion so that we can decide on which one to adopt. So,
Uh,
William?
i- i- is this open for discussion now, or are we going to discuss this later?
Yeah. No. We'll decide it.
What is the last platform? I am not familiar with that logo.
It is Zoho's
Okay.
Zoho Fleet.
Okay.
It is Zoho's some collaboration software.
Slack is a good idea, but Slack is paid, I think. So I mean, for a few features, at least, or we lose messages or something like that. That's not something we can afford. So.
Right. What
I would go for Teams.
Discord.
oh, Sindhu, are you saying something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am
I think
saying that Discord would be best. Like, I guess most of the people are familiar with that.
Yeah,
yeah,
Discord is
I am
fine.
familiar with Discord, but Stack Exchange is something. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe it's better suited to PCs, right? Like Stack Exchange is.
Right. I guess there is there an app for Stack Overflow?
I'm
Um,
not sure. I think.
Let me just check it. I don't
Yeah.
think there is an app for Stack Overflow Teams.
Hmm.
That's an integration built into Teams, right?
Right. No, but it is also a standalone
Right.
platform. You can use
Correct.
it
Correct.
from the web.
Yes, it is.
They don't have an app, so it is better we go with the other any of the other four. So Akashdeep and
Yeah, I think I'm fine with Discord. Teams also I'm fine, but I think I'll vote more for Discord because I am very active on it and I find it really comfortable
also
for any
it's
kind of
easy to rank
talks.
and build badges.
Yeah.
Right. Right. You can put roles.
Hmm.
And Meet, are you also comfortable with Discord?
Yes, Discord.
Yeah. So I use Discord and we'll go with Discord. I'll make a server or and I'll share it with you as soon as possible. And this is a weekly contest. So question or a phenomenon or some kind of image will be posted, and we'll have to explain it in the most intuitive way possible. It can either be through a video recording or through just an audio file. It might be text, it might be writing, it might be notes. It can be anything. So to explain the question, it will be something interesting. So you have to explain it as intuitive as possible so that like even high school students or first year undergrads should be able to understand it in basic physics. So and like we'll have a voting system, and people who get the highest number of votes, the popular answer would be declared. You have ranks and badges and those kinds of things, and just to have a healthy competition so that we'll still have the spirit going. We'll get to know about more topics by this way. So at least even if we don't know what is the phenomena question is talking about, so we'll get to read and we'll get to know topics.
This sounds like a great
Uh,
idea.
yeah. So and this week's question is choking. So I guess some of you might have heard of choking, and I'll briefly tell what is choking. So choking is something that happens in um, converging diverging nozzles. So there are a lot of reasons for choking. There is thermal choking. There is friction choking. There are different types of choking, and they have different reasons. Um, so try. I'll also try. It is not that if I'm giving the topic, I should try. Yes, I will try. All of us will try, and the popular answer would be selected and will be given a pass. So, but name the competition to be shorter, and the deadline for the answers will be Saturday. So after the Discord server is created, we'll have a separate channel where we'll post the answers, and we can have discussions there. So is this fine for everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. So I guess that's all I wanted to discuss today. Actually, I wanted to have a discussion. Like I wanted to straight away start with a discussion on Marvel and object facts, but I thought that was a bit too much in the first meeting, and people might lose interest, but I guess there are only five of us. We could have had a discussion, but it's, it, I think it's holiday, so we'll have a discussion probably next week. And the frequency of these kind of meetings would be probably once in a week, mostly on Sundays, in the same kind of time, so that most of us would be free, and even after semester starts, it would be easy for us. And we do have a few postgraduate students on the group, and let us see. Um, after we start the server, we'll share it with a lot of platforms and see how many people join. I guess that's how this goes. So, you want to add something? Somebody want to ask something? Okay. Meeting is over almost, so we'll just open for discussion.
Okay, so
I
I'll
think
actually terminate the recording now, and
yeah.
Yeah.
okay.